Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about an author which I haven't talked about a lot on this channel of mine for a while now anyway. He's one of my top favourite authors of all time, and that being Junji Ito. The book that I'm going to be talking about today is called Lovesickness. Now, I've had this one in my room for what feels like for ages, and it's one that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, and it just seems to be going underneath the radar. I mean, Junji Ito does have quite a big um, catalogue of books out, and some of them are always talked about, like Uzumaki and Tomi, but some of them, like this one, I feel that kind of slip underneath the radar. And if I was to be completely honest with you guys, some of them are hidden gems, and this one was no exception. This one I wasn't expecting to be as good as I um, thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be simply a okay story, nothing special, but this one really surprised me. So let me just show you some of the artwork in this. Again, if you are used to Junji Ito's work, it's more or less the same art style. That's what I actually like about the guy so much, well, one of them anyway, apart from his insane imagination, is that it kind of seems familiar every time you read his work, and the concept of when you're going through this, you might be in a very, very calm and familiar situation. Okay, how can this possibly go wrong or turn creepy? And then at a time, he kind of makes it more horrific and shows you something that you weren't expecting, and something that is truly terrifying. He is a Japanese horror manga writer and artist. This is what this is classified as. These are Japanese mangas. If you don't know what a manga is, basically it's a Japanese comic book, and that's the basic understanding of what a manga is. It's much more than a comic, but this one you read from the back to the front, and you read the panels. Instead of reading them from the left to the right, you read them from the right to the left, and that includes the speech bubbles as well. Lovesickness is advertised as being a story collection. Now, this is about 400 pages long, and 250 of them pages is devoted to the Lovesickness story. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm going to be referring to it as in this video. The book starts off with introducing us to our main character, which is a young boy. These characters are named, have got Japanese names, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I will probably butcher them and say them wrong. But he is coming back to his hometown after many, many years. He's coming back with his father and his mother, and to actually get a fresh start, he doesn't seem to be overly thrilled about it. He seems to have something on his mind, and he he has this guilt, this burden, something that he did wrong in his past, in his town, that's haunted him, and it's something really horrific. In this town, all the residents, mostly females, have this fascination with doing this kind of thing in the streets called crossroads fortune telling. This is pretty much where the person is standing on the corner of a crossroads with a important life-changing question that they want answered. And in order to do this, they stand on this corner, on this crossroads, it can be anywhere, and the first person that walks past them, the first person that they see, they have to answer this question. So, for example, yeah, I'm in love with someone, what should I do? Um, I'm unhappy with my job, what should I do? Um, I'm lost in life, what direction should I go? Stuff like that. Important questions to the individual that they want answered. And the first person that comes across them, they ask this question to. And the advice that that person gives them, they take extremely to heart and they do it. So if it's a positive answer, it's all sunshine and daisies. But if it's a negative answer, then they will get distraught and yeah, bad things will happen. These young girls at the start are on this crossroads doing this fortune telling thing, and the question they have in their mind is the question that a lot of us have on our minds, is that will we find love? Now the first person that comes across them is this individual on the front cover, who is a young man dressed in black. He has got ear piercings, and he's got kind of a gothic look going for him. And whenever the girls ask him this question about love, he tells them that they essentially will never ever find love and they will die alone. This leaves the girls completely distraught and they kind of spiral into depression and take their own life as a result of this. More and more this happens across the town with the young girls that are taking their own lives. It's very graphic, so if that is going to trigger you, then be warned about that. This book doesn't shy away from individuals or mass people taking their own lives, and it does show you how they do it. So if that's going to upset you, then be warned about that. Junji Ito doesn't hold back at all with the gore in his books and the outrageous imagery in his books. So if you've never read any of his stories, then just know that he doesn't hold your hand. He just, you know, comforts you and talks to you and leads you on this peaceful journey. Then boom, he just shows you something horrific and gory and something that you weren't expecting. So this young man befriends these two girls, and one of these girls succumbs to this mysterious man in black, which is sometimes described as beautiful and handsome. But these girls that have taken their own lives, they don't die. They come back as what the book refers to as ghosts, or if you want to refer to it as zombies, which is probably the more correct Western term for it, I guess. They come back decomposed. Their bodies and faces are all decayed, falling apart, and they come back for one reason, and that is to ask this individual to love them. They beg him and beg him for him to love them back. And he kind of revels in this. He basks in the glory of the chaos and the pain that this is causing, not just these girls that are trapped between the land of the living and the dead, but also the pain that this causes, the pain and the upset that this causes the girls' families when they see what's happening to their relatives, their daughters, their sisters. He kind of stands amongst the chaos of this with a smile and a skip in his step. He basks in the chaos and the misery of others. It's never really fully explained about who he is and where he comes from and what his motivations are. That's kind of standard in a lot of Junji Ito's work. He doesn't really give you all the answers, but what he does in this one is that he kind of says, okay, this is who this person most likely is. I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to confirm that that's the right person, but he does imply that this individual is someone from our main character's past. So as the story progresses, our main character is suddenly transformed into the positive version of the Man in Black when he is transformed into the positive version of this individual, where he appears in all white, and he's going around and giving positive fortunes to people doing the crossroads fortunes. And this does involve the trapped girls that are pining for our villain. We do follow some characters that are living in this town, the residents of this town that are going through the streets. It's all misty and foggy in this town, and they are going around it discussing about the Man in Black and also this new mysterious Man in White, and they take it amongst them, and they kind of band together and say, right, this new person in white is doing good, so we are going to go out in the streets and kind of do good too. We're going to give good fortunes to everyone that we see and try to lift our town from this curse. This story reminded me a lot about Uzumaki, is that when in that book the spiral kind of consumed the town and twisted it and corrupted it, and this individual is corrupting this town and turning everyone insane. It's not as good as Uzumaki, but it did remind me a lot about it. I don't know what one came first, but I could see how one could have inspired the other. As I said, Lovesickness isn't the whole book. It's about 250 pages of it. The other stories involve a family who are very weird. The art style kind of changes a bit. And they are a cross between the Addams family and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre family, being more insane and weird. And they are all very unique and different. That's kind of a staple in the kind of weird family that, or weird families or groups that Junji Ito kind of brings together in his stories. And because they are a family, they kind of worship their deceased parents, and they want to kind of bring them back from the dead, and kind of bring this woman along that is obsessed about taking pictures of ghosts and the paranormal. And yeah, some weird stuff happens, and it's very strange and creepy. I actually, at first I wasn't sure about it, but it's a good story. I liked it. It's not outstanding, but I liked it. The next story is set in this mansion where this man is, or this young boy or whatever, is recruited by this wealthy family to look after their son, who has this unexplained phantom pain where his whole body aches, but he feels pain but not in his body. Like he will feel pain somewhere in the room or on a piece of furniture, and they'll say, "Oh, it hurts," but it hurts in maybe a wardrobe on the second floor, the first room to the left, for example. And the father has these people that are running around this mansion, and when they find the place or the location within the mansion that is hurting this boy and causing him physical pain, they have to go and kind of soothe the area with their hands. It's very unusual. Everyone in this house is consumed by this, and yeah, I actually really liked it. It was a very interesting story. The next story is about a young girl who is unsatisfied with the way that she looks. More or less how her body looks. What she wants to do, have a smaller waist, and in order to do this, she wants to have a couple of ribs taken out. After having a conversation with one of her school friends, which I'm like, okay, okay, do people talk about having surgery in school? Like, oh, what have you been doing? And oh, I want to have some ribs taken out. It's like, okay, yeah, you should have that done. It's like, what? And this results in this young lady discovering that there's a mysterious woman that is playing this instrument that is that is making all this sound that is driving her and her friends insane, and it is made up of a rib, which is more or less like a harp, but let me just see. You have to quite see it. It's that, but it looks like that, and it's like a harp, and it's causing all this noise, which is making them crazy and mad. It's imaginative. It's creepy. I mean, look at that. That is wonderful. It was good. Not the best, but it was an interesting story. And the next story, next and last story is about a young boy that buys fake poo. Yeah, because he thinks that it's humorous. That wasn't that great. I could have done without that story. It was like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I really enjoyed this story. The main story of Lovesickness was really good, really excellent. I really enjoyed it. The other stories were more or less good. Some of them were not as good, but the majority of them I really enjoyed. So yeah, I'm gonna say that if you have never read anything by Junji Ito and you don't want to read like Tomi or Uzumaki because they are massive books. This one's as I said, 400 pages, and if you're not sure about where to start, I would recommend that you start off with this one. It's a really good story, and it does give you a lot of the tastes about what Uzumaki is all about. I guess I'm going to rate this one a 4 out of 5 stars. I would highly recommend it. I really enjoyed it. And I've only got a couple more, or 3 books by this guy that I need to still read. And I've got several other books by him that I still need to buy, but I can't wait to continue on my journey through this author's work, as their imagination is so incredible, so outstanding. I've got his autobiography, The Origins of Fear, that I am really super tempted to read very soon. Probably be the next book that I read by Junji Ito. But let me know, have you read Lovesickness? What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you read anything else by Junji Ito? What are your favourite things by this author? What is your opinion on Junji Ito? Because I keep on saying this, that if you are a horror fan and you've never read Junji Ito, that you really should read stuff by him. But again, that's my opinion. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you on my next one.